morning. Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. Thank you for being here. Parents, students, of course, our veterans. Before we get started, let's give a big round of applause to our orchestra for playing for us. The orchestra is under the direction of Ms. Jackie Peña and Ms. Carolina Loera. And of course, our band. Let's give a big round of applause for our band. Under the direction of Hiram Gonzalez and Mr. Richard Ornelas. Thank you. You sound amazing. Good morning, parents, students, special guests. We want to thank you for coming in, taking time of your busy schedule and being with us this morning to honor our veterans for our Veterans Day program celebration. At this time, we're going to begin with the presentation of colors. It will be performed by the Alexander Color Guard under the direction of our OTC Sergeant First Class Pedro Villarreal. Will everyone please rise?
March time, march! Color Guard, halt! Left, face! Reset, colors!
Remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge recited by Regina Escorza Herrera.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. You may be seated.
Order, colors! Right, face! Forward, march!
Big round of applause, please, to our Color Guard from Alexander High School under the direction of ROTC Sergeant First Class Pedro Villarreal. Again, good morning, parents, students, district guests. We'd like to recognize our Executive Director for Secondary Education, Ms. Melissa Cruz, who's with us today this morning. Parents, students, faculty, and staff. My name is Rosana Montemayor Arizola, and I'm the proud principal here at United Middle School. Today we come together to celebrate our veterans. Veterans Day celebrates the service of all U.S. military veterans who unselfishly place their lives on the line of freedom. These men and women were ordinary people until they heard the call of duty and answered it. For many veterans, our nation was important enough to endure long separations from their families, leaving their homes and their lives. Military spouses have had to endure career and life interruptions, frequent changes to address. The children often have to deal with changes in schools, separation from friends, and the hardest of all, the uncertainty of whether or not mom or dad will live the next hour for the next tour. They left not for whether or not to be recognized for fame or even the honor we bestow upon them today. They fought to protect our country, to maintain our way of life, and for that we are very thankful. Thank you, veterans. At this time, I will introduce to you our guest speaker, District Attorney Isidro Chilo Alanis. Mr. Alanis is the elected District Attorney for the 49th Judicial District Court of Texas. The district encompasses Webb County and Zapata counties, and the office is in Laredo, Texas. The jurisdiction population is close to 300,000. Currently in his 16th year as District Attorney, Mr. Alanis enters a licensed attorney for 29 years. Mr. Alanis earned his stripes as an assistant DA in the 90s, an assistant federal public defender for the Southern District of Texas, and a solo practitioner for 9 years. A trial lawyer by heart and state board certified criminal law specialist since 2001. Mr. Alanis is a hands-on DA that leads in the courtroom by example. With an office of more than 27 assistant district attorneys and an overall staff of 86, Mr. Alanis has been led counsel on many complex and significant cases. Most notably, Mr. Alanis was the lead counsel in the 2 capital murder cases that occurred late in 2022 and June of 2023. Mr. Alanis has served his fellow prosecutors on the state level as a regional board of director from 2019 to 2021 and statewide director at large from 2021 to 2023 with the Texas District and County Attorneys Association, the TDCAA. In June of 2024, he was appointed as a board member to the State Bar of Texas Criminal Justice Section. Mr. Alanis has been a presenter for the Dallas CAC Conference, TDCAA, CAC of Webb County, TAMU University, and the Laredo Police Department. He is the son of an Army veteran and father of a captain who currently serves in the U.S. Army. Let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Chilo Alanis.
Good morning. Oh, we can do better than that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you feel it? I do. I can tell you that I feel that today and this coming year is going to be an awesome year in the U.S. military. I feel that we're going to get stronger, we're going to get better, we're going to get more united, and there's going to be positive changes that are coming. I say that as a father of a current U.S. captain and the son of a U.S. Army veteran. You know, and as DA for the past 17 years, this is, to me, one of my most favorite events. I wouldn't have known more than 10 years ago, and I don't know how many years we've been doing this ceremony, many years. But when it started, I had the honor of being invited to come and speak, not knowing that my high school son would be going into the U.S. Army, and nothing could make me prouder as a father. So I want to say thank you once again to all the veterans that are here, all the men and women that have served. I also want to congratulate and say thank you to the families, to the wives, to the mothers, to the brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, all of us who have family in the military. You need that family support, and it takes that sacrifice of understanding that your loved one is serving a cause greater than himself or herself. We're here to honor and celebrate veterans from the past, the present, and future. Since the Revolutionary War of 1775 to Operation Iraqi Freedom, more than 1 million soldiers have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can gather here peacefully today. Think about it. The military has, from the birth of our country, shaped our society and government in every aspect, socially, politically, economically, technologically, and culturally. Only second to our economic strength, the United States is the global power that it is because of our military strength. So today, those of us that, civilians like myself, are reminded of responsibilities that we have as Americans to protect our communities, help each other, and support one another. We owe this to the men and women and their families who sacrifice and are sacrificing so that we can enjoy our freedoms. Today, the world is a dangerous place. The wolf is at the door. Even in our community, the men and women of the military stand between the evil that is out there and peace and tranquility that allows us to sleep at night. Countries like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nigeria, Somalia, Syria, Iraq, Honduras, the Sudan in Africa, even Mexico are facing lawlessness, terrorism, mass killings, kidnappings, religious and political cleansing. And our military is the reason why these atrocities stay away from our shores and our soil. War and military operations have and will always exist. The Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Mexican War of 1846, the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World Wars I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, the Desert Storm Operation Enduring Freedom. These wars have caused over 1,012,000 dead Americans and close to 1,500,000 wounded Americans. Military operations from the Iranian hostage crisis to Operation Hope, Operation Inherent Resolve. Our military personnel have been there, they are there, and are at attention and ready to serve and protect so that freedom will reign. Our country's goal is always peace. But in a dangerous world, how do you achieve peace? You achieve peace with your heart and with your fist. Our military is made up of fathers, mothers, husbands, wives, sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, uncles, and aunts. They take our value systems and ideals with them. Diplomacy, patience, and cooperation are always the first course of action. But no nation can confuse our patience and our kindness with fear. Our enemies know that our military has a commitment, courage, and perseverance, and resolve, and the grit to fight. To fight and bring the fight, to fight and fight to the end, and fight and to win the fight. So today, I take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you, all your families, and all the military personnel, and all our law enforcement that's present, for protecting and loving this great country, the United States of America. We salute you. Thank you. And also, and I believe everyone will receive a certificate. So in tradition, and I'm so proud of United Middle and the staff and the tradition that they've done. I think it is, for me, the best ceremony in town when it comes to, a round of applause for the school, please. Because as you could see, and you look around, the amount of pride that they take in putting on this event is amazing. It's amazing to me. And I want to say thank you to all of you. And we, on my behalf, I'd like to present each of you and invite each of you individually with a $25 gift certificate to Palenque Grill, so lunch is on me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alanis. And yes, we always have Mr. Alanis be part of our program. He's always usually our guest speaker, and he always has that tradition of, giving back to our veterans, and always very generous in providing a gift certificate to all of our veterans. So thank you so much. And on behalf of United Middle School, we do have a little something for Mr. Alanis. Thank you so much. Let's go back a little, forward in the back. Yeah, because of the sun.
Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Yes. Okay, and now the real reason we are here, we're going to start with our recognition of certificates for our veterans. As we call your name, veterans, we ask that you stand in front of our beautiful decoration for a picture. We will be there. And then if you come by this table right here to give you a certificate and a little token of our appreciation, you can come down this way. So at this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Cruz, our Executive Director, our administrators. Let me introduce them before I begin. Our administrators, Ms. Linda Mireles, one of our assistant principals, and Araceli Martinez, assistant principal, Mr. Villalobos, assistant principal, Ms. Espinosa, one of our counselors, and Ms. Mary Guerra Ramirez, she's our academic coordinator. And of course, this event cannot be possible without their help, all of our teacher aides, support staff, and our custodians, because they're the ones who put all this together. So a big thank you to all of them. I'm going to ask our administrators to come to the front at this time, and we're going to begin with the presentation of the certificates.
Good morning, everyone. We begin with our first veteran, Jorge Adrian, U.S. Army. Victor Aguirre, U.S. Marine Corps. Rene Alejandro, U.S. Marine Corps. Ernest Alvarado, U.S. Army. Marcus Arias, U.S. Army. Luisa Ana Astorga, U.S. Army. In memoriam of Edwin G. Atwell, U.S. Air Force. Dana Carl Burgholz, U.S. Army. Antonio Guadalupe Carranza, Jr., U.S. Army. Robert Cavazos, U.S. Army. Arturo Cervantes, U.S. Army. Brigido Juan Collazo, U.S. Navy. Armando Contreras, U.S. Navy. Ruben Cortinas, U.S. Army. Guillermo Daughtry, U.S. Army. Ernesto Elizondo, U.S. Air Force. Juan Esquivel, U.S. Marine Corps. Jose Luis Flores, U.S. Army. Juan Flores, U.S. Army. Leopoldo Fuentes Jr., U.S. Marine. Alex Garcia, U.S. Marine Corps. Roger Gamboa, USAF. Humberto Garcia, U.S. Navy. Tolbert Lee Garcia, U.S. Marine Corps. Joe Garza, U.S. Air Force. Juan Andres Garza, U.S. Army. Juan Alberto Godoy Jr., U.S. Marine. Hugo Gonzalez, U.S. Army. Sergeant Hugo Gonzalez, U.S. Army. Alfonso L. Guevara, U.S. Navy. Antonio J. Gutierrez, U.S. Army. O.J. Hale, U.S. Army. Carlos Hernandez, U.S. Army. Sergeant Jose Hernandez, U.S. Army. Juan J. Hasso, U.S. Air Force. William Johns, U.S. Marines. Sharaz Khan, U.S. Army. Armando Ledesma, U.S. Army. Bernardo Lopez, U.S. Air Force. Catarino Lopez Jr., U.S. Marines. Jose Luis Lopez, U.S. Army. Raul Lozano, U.S. Army. Alvaro Machuca, U.S. Navy. Conrado Martinez Jr., U.S. Army. David I. Martinez, U.S. Army. David N. McClendon, U.S. Marine Corps. James Medina Jr., USMC. Melicio Arturo Molina Jr., U.S. Army. Ariel Mora, U.S. Army. Juan Perez, U.S. Army.
Brandon Farr, U.S. Marines. Alejandro Quintanilla, U.S. Air Force. Rodolfo Ramirez, U.S. Army. Joshua Raya, U.S. Marines. Robert R. Rosell, U.S. Army. Jesus Rosell, U.S. Army. Ron Salazar, United States Marine Corps. Juan Saldaña Jr., U.S. Navy. Joe Santos, United States Army. Severino Sarabia Jr., U.S. Army. Donnie Sillas, United States Marine Corps. Sean Soria, United States Air Force. Carlos Torres, Army and Navy. Javier Torres, United States Marines and United States Coast Guard. Juan Vargas, U.S. Navy. Roberto Vega, United States Army. Antonio Guadalupe Villanueva, United States Army. Daniel Wong, United States Air Force. Noé Gonzalez, U.S. Army. Christina Vasquez, U.S. Army. Albert San Miguel, United States Army.
Can you go back and recognize Dad so that the boys can go up and get their certificate? Okay, thanks.
Rich Bierks, U.S. Navy. Homero Adame, U.S. Army. And we're going to call one more name who we called earlier, but the grandchildren are here and would like to receive the certificate on behalf of their grandfather. Edwin G. Atwell, Jr., U.S. Air Force.
At this time, are there any veterans that we might not have called out at this time? If you can please come forward. We have Luis Valverde, U.S. Navy.
Before we conclude, I'd like to thank once again our UMS band, our UMS orchestra, our Maverettes, our cheerleaders were here, back there, our staff, our custodians for the beautiful setup, and a special thank you to Ms. Susie Briceño back there, our Social Studies Department head, and all of our Social Studies teachers for organizing this beautiful event. At this time, we are going to have our band under the direction of Mr. Hiram Gonzalez and Mr. Richard Ornelas. They will be performing the Armed Forces Salute, in which we feature each of the military branches. So we ask our veterans that you be recognized and stand if possible when your area of service is played. We're going to begin with the Marines. So if you are a Marine, can you please stand? And we're going to have our band.
I have it here, so I could let you know which part's coming up next.
Army, if you're Army, please rise. Navy, if you are Navy, please rise. Coast Guard, if you're Coast Guard.
Air Force.
Air Force, if you're Air Force. My favorite. All right, thank you, band. This concludes our Veterans Day ceremony. We want to thank everybody for being here. Again, veterans, thank you for taking time of your busy schedule and being here celebrating with us. And again, we thank you for your service. We do have some coffee, some sweet bread, and we do want to take a group picture before we dismiss all the veterans. We want to take a group picture, so just bear with us for just a little bit while we take a picture, and then you can help yourselves to bread and some coffee. Again, thank you, parents, family members. Ms. Cruz, thank you for being here, and thank you, everybody else.